Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm JP Thong. I'm now at Kechara Forest Retreat, Malaysia, and today is day 83 of Mindful Morning Meditation. I hope everyone had a good rest this morning, and we shall start with some stretches as we're waiting for everyone to tune in. So let's stretch our arm. Remember to breathe in and out as we're stretching. Take deep breaths in and out slowly. Let's change arms. Feel the stretch on your arm as you're breathing in and out. All right, let's stretch the back. Breathe in and out slowly. And stretch the other side. Okay, stretch the neck, tilt to one side. And tilt to the other side. Feel the stretch at the neck area. All right, tilt your head forward. And tilt your head backwards. Okay, we're done. If you're prone to having pins and needles on your lower limbs, you can stretch your lower limbs right now as I continue to talk. Let's see who has tuned in this morning. Hi, morning, Cindy, Emily, Sofan, Dr. Hang, Jillian, good morning. That's all I can see. I think there's a lot more whom I cannot see. Okay, so today we will continue with the 45-minute single-pointed meditation. It is a stretch for some of you, and I was told by some of you that because you were not consistently meditating, so the 45 minutes was a struggle, and you could only do like some of you could do 15, some of you could do up to 25 minutes and 30 minutes, but 45 it's a struggle, and that's good. It's a good sign. You see, because when we're struggling, that's where we need to practice to focus even more and to fight that monkey mind of ours from just wandering all over the place. So remember, that's like a withdrawal syndrome. So when you go past the threshold of this withdrawal syndrome, that's where the mind will start to calm down. So the real work actually comes in when you fight that the mind of yours that is uncontrollable after a certain number of minutes. Yeah, so it will vary from person to person. So if you feel that after 15 minutes you're fighting, just hold on to it and focus on your breath even more. Once you have harnessed that strength of the mind to fight that withdrawal syndrome of yours, you will become better and better at it. So do not stop, continue. All right. So every time when the mind goes somewhere, or the thought arises that I cannot do this anymore, fight it. Fight it. Okay. Stay with it. Just focus on your breath. After a while, it will become easier and easier. So that's a very, very good sign. All right. Hi Iman. Hi Kinho. Thank you very much for tuning in, and Corinne. Okay, so let's do the 9-round breathing meditation to ground our body and our mind before we start the the single pointed meditation. All right, so here we go. So take your left hand out, thumb down, wrap your thumb into a fist, put your left fist under your right armpit, right hand over your left nostril, and breathe in slowly. And breathe out. Breathe out all the way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe out all the way. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Okay, change hands. Right hand out, thumb down, wrap your thumb into a fist, put your right hand under your left armpit, your left hand over your right nostril, and breathe in slowly. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Both hands on your thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Okay, and we're done with the 9-round breathing meditation. Hi Jenny, Zo-san. Thank you for tuning in, Jenny. So now, if everyone is ready, if you're seated on the floor, always remember to get yourself a cushion like this. If one is not high enough, put 2. If 2 is not high enough, you can put 3, up to you. Okay, but your buttocks area should be higher than your lower limbs. So in this way, you'll be able to sit up straight. And if you're seated on a chair or a sofa, remember to sit at the edge of your seat. And your seat must be firm. If it's too soft, you will find yourself slouching like this, and you always have to push yourself up. And when you do that after a while, especially when we're doing 45-minute meditation, you feel a lot of aches and pains on your lower back because you're straining it. Yeah, so it doesn't help. Okay, if your sofa is too soft, perhaps a dining chair would be good, so that you can just sit at the edge. Okay, make sure that your legs are in front like that, and your feet are planted on flat onto the floor. Okay, if your feet are not able to reach the floor, have a cushion at the bottom so that it can be planted onto the cushion. All right. Hi, Wubi. Thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, so we will do 45 minutes. And today we have Freon, who is helping us this morning. So she will help us with the time. So you don't have to worry. When the time is up, I will hit the singing bowl, and then you can slowly get yourself into waking up. And then we will start sharing our gratitude, and I will read out the wisdom quote from 108 Ways to Grab My Apples. All right, so we'll do that. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the timer is ready. All right, if you want to go to the toilet, please quickly go to the toilet now. If you need a drink, quickly take a sip. Don't drink too much. And when we are meditating, try your best to not move so much. Even if you're trying to, if there's an itch, ignore it. Focus on your breath. Okay, I know sometimes, for some reason, like you see, I'm not itching now. So, but once I get started, I'll feel an itch here, all over the place. Especially the worst is when it comes from the ear. It'll itch. I don't know why, but you see now it's not itching. So what am I trying to say here? The body will have a withdrawal syndrome, in the sense that you will feel pain that you usually don't feel, because your body is not used to just staying still for so long. And in certain instances, your body will itch. Certain parts of your body will itch. Mine is always the ear, so it's very, very itchy. So I fight it, I ignore it, and I focus on my breath. It's very tough, because there's so many times I just want to scratch it just to relieve the itch. But I want to challenge myself by focusing on the breath. And, definitely after after like a minute or so, it will go off. Unless there's an insect that happened to fly in, then of course I'll swat it away. But otherwise, it's some sort of a withdrawal syndrome. You see, now I'm talking, there's an itch already. Yep, so I can scratch now. So scratch all you want now, but when we meditate, try your best not to move. All right, so here we go. Now, I'll walk you through the breathing in and out. Every time when you breathe in, always visualize white healing light entering through your nostril, filling your entire body with the white healing light, and then you glow in this white healing light. Okay, just like you're a 3D hologram, so you glow in this. Okay, never visualize yourself as something hard, because when you do that, psychologically, you find it very difficult to breathe after a while. Okay, you feel an ache here, and that's what happens. So always visualize yourself as a luminous body, like a body of energy. There's no form, and you're glowing in this white healing light. And every time when you breathe out, visualize dark smoke representing your fears, insecurities, your stress, all the negative emotions, even your aches and pains. If you're suffering from a certain illness, visualize all of that as dark smoke, and visualize it going out of your nostril when you breathe out. Okay, do that. Train the mind to do that. All right, and then you will feel very, very light. And then just focus on the sensation of the air going in and out around your nostril area. Okay, and sit up straight this way, chin down a little bit so that your spine is straight up. And then of course there's a string pulling up this way so that you sit up straight, chin down. Okay, your hands can be upward position, palms down. I prefer this way, up to you. All right, and the eyes to look downwards 45 degrees. And your tongue, this is your tongue, rest against the upper teeth. Okay, rest against the upper teeth and close your lips gently. In this way, your mouth will not feel dry when you're meditating. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in the white healing light. Fill your entire body in this white healing light. And breathe out the dark smoke, representing your fears, insecurities, stress, aches and pains, anger, frustration. Breathe it all out. Breathe in. Focus on the nostril area. Notice the sensation of the air passing through your nostrils, in and out. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions, watch the sounds, watch the aches and pains. Now focus on the nostril area. You're very relaxed, you're very calm. Your entire focus is at the nostril area. Notice the air passing through your nostrils as you breathe in and out. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus back to the nostril area. Watch your thoughts and emotions and bring your focus back to the nostril area. Watch your itch, watch your aches and pains, watch the sound, and bring the focus back to the nostril area. If you're falling asleep, focus on your nostril area. Make sure your eyes are open and push yourself to focus on the nostril area. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. If you have aches and pains, itches, sound, watch all of that and bring the focus back to your nostril area. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Bring your focus back to the nostril area. 3, 2, 1. And we're done. So we just completed the 45-minute single-pointed meditation. Great. Do share with me about your experience today. My foot has fallen asleep today. Okay, so things happen. So we'll try to shift it right now. All right, so as you are writing in the comment section, I shall share with you what I wrote in my gratitude journal yesterday. Yesterday I wrote that I'm grateful for online apps that keep me connected to my loved ones, friends, and global news. 2, I'm grateful that Malaysia doesn't have much natural calamities. And number 3, I'm grateful that there's fresh air and clean water in Thong. Okay, Thong is where we are situated in. All right. And I would also like to thank today's sponsor. Today's sponsor, the first one is anonymous, dedication dedicated towards all beings' liberation from suffering and attainment for pure compassion and wisdom. Second sponsor is Lam Kok Luan and family. Dedication, may all meditators in this program achieve inner peace. Third sponsor for today is anonymous. Dedication, may the global COVID-19 pandemic end soon. May more sentient beings awaken their innate compassion and wisdom. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. It actually helps us to cover the costs of our online program. So thank you very much for your generosity. Okay, so let's see what you have written. Iman, in conjunction with the birthday of my late spiritual teacher, His Eminence the 25th Sen Rinpoche today, I'm grateful for the following. 1, by a twist of fate to have found Rinpoche again 6 years ago after an earlier brief encounter. 2, to have learned the Dharma from a pure lineage. 3, to be able to listen and watch many recorded video teachings of Rinpoche in the past, though Rinpoche is no longer around. Number 4, the ongoing live stream session by Kechara's past students and JP in upholding Rinpoche's legacy. Thank you all. You're most welcome. Nancy, you're most welcome. Cindy, somehow felt a bit stretched, but still able to focus most of the time within 45 minutes. Yes, definitely. Definitely. 45 minutes is a very good duration for meditation because it will help us stretch and challenge our focus. So the first few minutes, it's always rather easy, and as we reach the 30-minute threshold to the 45 minutes, that's where the mind tends to go up and down. All right, but it's okay. So like I said, just the exercise of always bringing the focus back to your breath, that's where we strengthen the control of our mind over time. Okay, so yes, so be happy with your progress. Okay, Kok Luan, gratitude, local council workers to landscape the roads in housing area. Oh, that's very nice, Kok Luan. Thank you. Yiman, swamped by many thoughts at the beginning of the session, released some tears and experienced some emotions towards the end. Thanks to JP's constant reminder, I remember to let those thoughts and emotions to just pass by instead of analyzing them, which I tend to do always. Yeah. So I'm glad, Yiman, that you are following my advice, that when you meditate, when these emotions and thoughts do arise, these are emotions and thoughts that have happened, that arise because of our past experience. And when they arise, just watch them like you're watching a movie. Just watch and then bring your attention back to your nostril area. Okay? Then when I'm giving all these explanations on the wisdom quotes, you can actually apply that after the meditation. Okay? You can apply so to the way you perceive life. Once we change the way we perceive situations and people, our life will start to change. Okay, our life will start to change. You will notice that whatever seems to bother you before no longer bother you. Because why? You're looking at a similar situation in a different perspective. In a different perspective. It's not about being in denial, but really understanding the law of nature, how it works. There's so much we can do to situations and to people. That is beyond our control, but we can always control the way we perceive them. All right, so let me read out one of the quotes today. So do continue writing, and as I read out today's quote. Let me see. Okay, today's quote is this. Rinpoche says, anyone can be a leader. It's not a big deal. Leaders are people who just get things done on time, correctly and without being pushed. I'll repeat. Anyone can be a leader. It's not a big deal. Leaders are people who just get things done on time, correctly and without being pushed. All right, so the label leader is only a label. All right, so when you have your boss or your head of department, whomever, or even friends, there are certain friends who would be more alpha, who would lead like the group. So it's only a label. So what Rinpoche is saying is this: it's really not a big deal. But if you think about it, why are they quote unquote leaders? Okay, it's because they are self-motivated. They're very focused with what they do, either at work or in your personal life. So leaders can appear in different aspects of our lives. Okay, whether or not we call them our leader or not, but in your mind, you kind of look towards them for guidance, for inspiration, to lead the team or to lead the group towards a certain direction. So, and you will notice that they have a quality whereby they always get things done. Whatever tasks that are assigned to them, they get it done. Okay, you don't have to remind them, you don't have to push them, you don't have to give them a prep talk. They are self-driven. All right? All this can be developed through meditation. Because what are we doing when we meditate? We are actually focusing on the breath. So if you focus on your goal or your task at hand, and you're very good at it because of your meditational practices that you do every day, you will notice that you get things done much faster. Because why? Instead of being easily distracted, you will just watch your distractions, and then you will immediately focus on the task at hand. See, that is why when we learn to have a better control of the mind, we will notice that we ourselves improve in general. We ourselves improve in general. We are more effective with whatever it is that we wish to do in our life. Yeah, and you will also notice that you are less distracted by your emotions and whatever it is that you're easily distracted with. And then sometimes we get caught up with our distraction, especially emotions for some of us. I don't like this, the person irritated me, I'm unhappy, I don't feel like doing it. I'm going to just sit on it and procrastinate. Or, let me have a drink first with my friends and I'll come back to it. Whatever it is that we enjoy doing, without distraction, after a while, because if you're meditating, you're like, nah, I think let me finish this first, then I can kind of pamper myself later with my distractions. Yeah, so in a nutshell, you become more effective. And in a nutshell, because you become more effective, and if you are a person that has insecurities, your insecurity will become less and less and less. Because why? Because you're now living with integrity. Whatever that you choose to do, you actually accomplish it without distractions. And because after a while, because you're so focused on achieving whatever it is that you have intended to do, you will feel there's a feeling of accomplishment. There's a feeling that, hey, I'm actually not so bad. So the insecurity slowly melts away because of what you have been doing. So that's because it's in a way like like your resume. Okay, you're happy with whatever it is that you have achieved so far because you're very focused now. Yes, of course, you'll be fighting against your distractions and all that, but because you've been so good at focusing on your intention that you get things done, and you become happy with your own achievement. And of course, very importantly, you learn not to compare with other people. You don't, because if that's your best, that's your best. No judgment whatsoever. Okay, do we have any more sharing or questions? Wubi felt relaxed, but still a challenge to focus 45 minutes. Thanks, JB, for the guidance. You're welcome. The challenge Cochran says, the challenge for me is prolonging my focus after watching my thoughts floating around. Once focused back, it's to manage my mind to focus single-pointedly for as long as possible. The frequency to focus back lessened with constant meditation. I'm glad to hear that, Cochran. So you notice your own improvement as you go along. Corinne, felt tense at the back of my neck halfway through this session. Had to do a bit of stretching to relieve the tension and continued after that till the end. Grateful that daughter has got a full-time job when job opportunities during current times are not easy. Thank you very much, Corinne, for sharing that. Yiman, JP, based on how the mind works, do you think this saying, what you resist will persist, is true? If yes, why and how does it work? Definitely, what you resist will persist. You see, there are many things that we don't like, that we do not want to deal with. There are many things that we say, that's not for me. What happens externally is beyond our control. What happens externally? Even what happens internally, what happens internally is within our control. So what we resist, a resistance is a reaction. Things can happen, but we react by saying, I resist it. I resist it. So if you do not work on situations or people whom you resist, or even activities that you resist, if you don't work on it, it will keep coming back, it will keep coming back, and it will keep coming back, and it will keep resisting, and it will come back even harder. Because why? You will feel that it's harder. You feel that your resistance become more and more and more. So that's why it persists. But once you have learned to confront what you resist, once you have overcome that hurdle, even if it comes again, you don't feel it anymore, because you have acquired the skill or the tool to handle that, to handle it. So you no longer feel the resistance. You no longer. Okay? So in order to, and that is very important if we want to grow as a person and even spiritually. A lot of times we are very caught up with our point of view and how we choose to react to that. You see, because we don't have enough knowledge to understand the human mind, how it works. We don't have enough knowledge to understand the law of nature. And we think that at our current level, we are entitled to have a reaction. And we think that that reaction is correct. And we live by these reactions. And our life is governed by these reactions. And that is why we say, well, that's how I am. So we get caught up believing that we are fixed by what we like and what we don't like. And that's why I always say these are limited beliefs. We have a limited belief system that governs, that we choose to allow it to govern us and to live by. And that's why you will notice that our mind goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Because why? The rules, the self-limiting belief system that we have created for ourselves because of what we heard, what we learned through other people, our reaction within our life experiences, that has kind of formed that self-limiting belief system. And we realize that when we operate on this self-limiting belief system, which we also commonly call it the comfort zone, our box as well, it's very limiting. And we always feel the ups and the downs, the instability of our mind. And there's always a lot of distractions, which is causing a lot of negative emotions from arising. Okay, so, and there's certain things that we resist. And we just, I don't want to deal with it. You see, that's called being in denial. It's a way of being in denial and not using the time to understand reality. That's why it will always come back to you, because you have not learned to overcome it. So once you've learned to overcome it, overcoming means understanding the truth, understanding the law of nature, understanding how the mind works, how nature works. When we understand, there's nothing to resist. It's about accepting. And it is not something that's forced upon, but based on knowledge. And when you apply the knowledge to that same issue that's been bothering you, and you're okay with it, you naturally let go. Once you naturally let go, you gain wisdom. And in spiritual terms, that's what attainments are all about. There's a certain attainment, there's a certain wisdom that arises because you have applied the knowledge into looking, perceiving that person or situation with a different light, with a different perspective. And you go, so that's what it is. Hey, it's not so bad after all. So once you have learned that, once you have overcome that, and if a similar situation arises, you've overcome it. So it no longer persists because you have overcome that resistance. Okay, I hope I have clarified it for you. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. Where are we? Dr. Hank, okay. Emily, so fun, totally agree with you. JP, hence I find meditation is a core foundation of right action. Correct. So when we want to apply when we want to have real work done with ourselves, to live the fullest potential, in our life, definitely we have to strengthen the mind. By strengthening the mind, we are referring to a better control of the mind. Once we have a better control of the mind, as we know by now, is a very, very powerful tool. It's a very powerful tool that we're born with, and we use that to live our fullest potential. Okay? Because don't forget, all our emotions arise from our mind. All emotions, be it positive or negative, they all arise from the mind. What we want to do with our lives, the thought that arises, all come from the mind. So since the mind is the root, is the crux of everything, then we learn to control it. When with a better control of the mind, you will see that your life starts to change. Your life starts to change. That's why so fun. I'm glad that you highlighted this. That's the core foundation to the right action, because the right action will lead us to more positive things in our life. Okay? So, Yiman, your detailed explanation and insightful session. Okay, you're most welcome. So I think time's up, and we got to go. So tomorrow we will continue 8:30 a.m. again, and so I'll see you guys tomorrow. And again, if you do have more questions, please write it on a notebook or on your phone, and tomorrow you can ask me again. All right, so today is a special day because it is our late teacher's birthday, the 24th of October. So definitely, if you are a student of Rinpoche, you can do your own prayers, okay, and to dedicate to our teacher's swift return to be with us. All right, so have a great Saturday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. And again, do share today's session on your personal Facebook page so that your family and friends who are following you will be able to listen to our session, and perhaps that may inspire them to meditate with us as well when they choose to find the time. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.